Good morning. This is Garrick with eXp Realty, and today we're talking about the 16 personalities. There is, knowing the different personalities out there kind of helps us as realtors be able to connect with the different kinds of people that are out there. And in just a general classification, there are 16 different major personality types, and they depend on these four little letters. And these four little letters come from the Myers-Briggs personality test. Okay, so let's take a dive into what these four little letters stand for, because it's on the spectrum, right? So you have the E or the I. Okay, let's go to swap to this page here. So these are the letters of the Myers-Briggs personality tests. Okay, so the first letter is an E or an I. And the E stands for people who have extroversion. I stands for introversion. Introverts are people who gather energy from being spending quiet time alone or with a small group. Extroverts like to go out in busy, active surroundings and connecting with large groups of people. Okay. The S and the I is the sensing and the intuition. Sensors focus on the five senses and are interested in information. They can directly see, hear, feel, and so on. They tend to be hands-on learners and often described as practical. Intuitives focus on the abstract level of thinking. They're more interested in theories, patterns, explanations. They're more concerned about the future than the present and are often described as creative. It's kind of interesting. I think I'm creative, but at the same time, I need to see things too. So thinking and feeling, TNF. Thinkers make decisions with their head. They're interested in finding the most logical and reasonable choice. Feelers tend to make decisions on their heart and are interested in how a decision will affect people and whether it fits their values. Judging and perceiving, J and P. Judgers appreciate structure and order. They like things planned and dislike last minute changes. That's my wife. Perceived flexibility and spontaneity. That's me, actually. So we're opposites on this one. They like to leave things open so they can change their mind. And in our business, kind of, we can have two events on the same day and we haven't decided which one to go. And then a day before we say, okay, I'm going to go to that one. Once you have determined which style you prefer of each of the four dichotomies, you can figure out your four-letter type code. In Myers-Briggs system, the four letters of the personality are first initials of each. So you can get something like a ENTJ. So that means extrovert, intuition, thinking, and judging. And then that kind of helps you classify the different people. And once you can figure out who you are, and you can figure out who the other person is, you could actually be able to address different questions or present information in a way that the other person will receive it well. So for example, if I was, so like here, I was talking about judging and perceiving. So clearly my wife is a planner. She likes to see things exactly as they are, like months in advance. And if I don't want to give her a headache, I should tell her all those things. But I'm very more spontaneous, and I can decide things on the last minute, which drives her crazy. So, if you can address that, then that will help a lot. Okay. So 16personalities.com is the website. And on this website, this allows you to take the test. And then from here, it's just pretty simple questions. You regularly make new friends. Yes, you agree. No, you don't. And then all the spectrum in the middle. Generally, I agree. And then you go on to the next question, and they kind of go back and forth. You don't know which the questions are of the four letters, four dichotomies that they go to. And once you figure it out, then they go and they tell you, are you an E or an I? Are you an N?
Eric, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
So I think you, wife, and you, me, and my boyfriend were very similar personality. Last one, he likes to plan everything. I only have one question for you. Are you happily married?
Okay, that's not a recording question, so we'll talk about that afterwards. All right, so let's take a break, and I want you guys to go and do this test. Wait, I'm recording, right? I want you to guys do it. Then let's go ahead and regroup and come back and see what our results are. Okay, so a lot of us just finished our. Okay, so a lot of us just finished the quiz, and I am surprised. Usually I am an introvert, but I can turn on being an introvert. But in previous tests I've taken, it's always been an I. Now it's been changed to an E, and I'm a campaigner. So I'm going to go ahead and read through the explanation of who I am and go and learn more about how to interact with other people. And things change all the time. It's not going to be fixed. It's not always going to stay the same. So I think it's important to understand who we are and also to understand the personality types, other personality types exist, so we can communicate better with our transactions too. Okay. So during our offlines talking, there are some people who are going to be very feeling about the property, and we should talk about the feelings of the property. And some people want to know the numbers of the property, so we should talk about the numbers. But if you talk about feelings to a numbers person, you're going to lose them quickly. And same with the other way around. So if you're talking about numbers to a feeler, then that's not going to work either, because they don't care. It's not important. Okay. So apparently I'm a campaigner. And what does it mean? It doesn't interest me that what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for. If you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. Interesting. I don't know about that. Free spirit, outgoing, open-hearted, open-minded. Generally speaking, that's true. With their lively, upbeat approach to life, they stand out in a crowd. Sometimes I hide in a crowd. But even though they can be the life of the party, campaigners don't just care about having a good time. The personality types run deep, as does their longing for meaning, emotional connection with other people. Okay. I think this is just a benchmark. It doesn't mean this is you 100%, but understanding yourself is important. Okay. I'm going to wrap up this Zoom here, and let's do the best for the people we work with. Until next time.